All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order at 7 o'clock on June 16th, 2020. We're gonna start a roll call. Nate Stacy.
Present.
Brendan Adelman.
Present.
Thelma LaVoy. Andy Yale is not here. Rick Sullivan, present. And our two alternates, Tom Winter and Cliff Crowley, both present. All right, so we have a quorum. We won't be needing an alternate tonight. So on the agenda, we have a site plan review for Roger Moreau, and we have a site plan review for Dan Flint, and then we have recreational marijuana draft warrant article discussion and a discussion about the performance standard for medical marijuana caregivers. First, let's start with the minutes. If you guys had a chance to read them. Anybody have any, anything good? I make a motion to accept the minutes as they are. Someone want to second that?
Second.
All right, so we'll say Brendan second. All those in favor? All right, minutes accepted for the June 2nd meeting, as is. Okay, so let's get into the Moreau site plan review. Some of us have seen a little bit of this before. So we are just looking at the application to see if it's complete.
I have a question though. Haven't we already seen this application before?
It's a resubmission with, apparently there's a new situation.
Okay.
Yeah, the application was denied previously, but the situation has changed to some degree, so it's been resubmitted.
So the May 6th is the most current?
Say
The
again?
May 6th is the most current?
May 6th, yes, yes,
No problem.
yes. And I see there was a driveway permit added here. Actually, Nate, I don't know.
I got you.
You do have it.
These two.
Do we know what chapter 299 of the highway driveway and entrance rules are? Is that available? Is that, I mean, I can obviously go online and find it, but
No.
It's,
I
I know some of it has to do with, it has to be 22 feet wide, and it's gotta be
Exactly.
paved, and it has to be paved within that 22-foot wide section within their state right of way. I know that's their big thing,
correct.
yeah. And then,
And there's culverts involved and so on. He's willing to pay for all that, I guess, huh? Wow, rich man. Is there any more information required on the proposed oil containment that he shows in his plan, or is that?
Maybe once we get our teeth into the application, we could, I mean, right now is, we're just looking for a submission to see if it's complete, if we could actually schedule a hearing and then move forward on this at the next meeting.
Understood.
So as far as I can tell, it's not deficient in anything to be a complete application. I don't know if anybody else has a chance to dig through it. We'll wait if you want to keep looking.
Nope.
it's,
Read it a couple times.
I mean, I'm all right with it.
I just don't know exactly where.
Rick, are we looking at doing another sidewalk.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have
Yeah, we'd like to,
to,
yeah.
you know, I mean, things
But
have
it-
changed.
I guess my question is it not a rear lot any longer? And are we changing, because that was the thing before, was that in order
Yeah.
to change into a business, it would have to change from residential to,
So I think the big thing that changed, Mr. Morrow, correct me if I'm wrong, but the house that was at the entrance, that belonged to Cynthia Wilson, has now been purchased by Mr. Moreau or somebody affiliated with Mr. Moreau.
okay.
So that is in essence eliminated one of the obstacles. As far as getting further into the application, I think we have to give him his rights to get
Sure,
get
I
back
just
into
wanna
the
make
application.
sure that also, again, if we've seen this application, anything, any new information is brought up up front, you know, just to also make sure we're not going through the application prematurely as well.
Right.
I just think we need to make sure that, you know, if there's a change for reasoning to review this again, then I think that's valid, but if it's still a rear lot and we're still doing condition, you know, if it's still a conditional change of use, then, you know,
Yeah, I
it
don't,
still wouldn't, regardless if it's still a rear lot.
right.
So are you planning on continuing to live in that rear lot, or will it be the front lot?
Probably the front lot.
Okay. I guess it would have to be in this case, because you can't have a residential and a
Right.
business, commercial lot as a rear lot.
Yeah.
And we can also request any information we want
Yeah.
at any point, so, you know, just recognize that. I mean, after we go and if we do a sidewalk's conducted, then, you know, we may ask for more information, and maybe some things to clarify at that point too, so.
So I would say, me personally, I'd make a motion to accept the application as complete, and then we'll work on scheduling, try to do it as efficiently as possible, schedule a public hearing, or first a site walk, and then a public hearing maybe just before the next meeting. But that's if it's approved, so I don't know if you guys wanna look at it further.
If I could have a few minutes, please.
Yep.
It's okay to submit something even though, if I read it correctly, I read there was like, 4 cease and desist orders already?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with
Nothing
us.
to do with it,
It
wow.
has nothing to do with the submission of this application, that's a code enforcement issue, and it's
that's Understood, okay.
So I definitely wanna get clarification on, I mean, this is a DOT.
driveway permit.
A permit, so, you know, their language, their definitions are not necessarily what ours are, so.
Right.
But, you know, I do see, you know, no more than 5 dwellings, or four dwellings in one home business. But I guess definition of home business, I need to, I'm curious what that definition is for the DOT.
I don't know.
That's something I really
That's
want, I
something we
definitely, I wanna research for sure.
Right, right.
Cause obviously, for us, it's a defined thing, you know, a home business has to meet certain criteria and can't, you know, can't change the primary function of the residence as a,
Right.
you know, it still has to be a home, you know what I mean? So I just wanted, but that's our definition, so I guess that's a question I have, I'd like to get
Right,
into.
and
at some
that could be
point.
delved into when.
Absolutely, I don't think I'm not saying it affects completeness, but I wanna put that out there now, I mean, basically, in order to move forward, I don't, you know, I feel like we've got what we need here. Start.
This is in Maplewood. Okay. It's over in Maplewood.
Jesse, you have anything to add to this? Thoughts? No? Concerns? Whatever? I have a question now for the applicant. I mean, so, Mr. Tripp, that's the lot, sort of, as you're walking down on the right, the first,
Yeah, sure.
there's a mobile home in there, I believe.
That's Harold Gilbert in Small Trail.
Okay. So, have you, Harold Gilbert, okay, that's.
Yeah.
Any discussions with him about this at all, as far as like the driveway goes? Is that something that you guys have talked about?
Yeah,
Because I do believe, I mean, I'm just, this is something I want to throw out there now. I mean, obviously, it's conditional,
Right.
there's a lot that still has to happen here, but one of the questions, one of the things we need to make sure, we would need to be aware of, and that would need to be in place, no matter what, would be an agreement, right? I mean, that's within our ordinance, I believe, that there has to be a maintenance and use agreement. I believe.
well, pretty much that way now.
That's
Monterey, they maintain-
supposed to be like reviewed, I believe, by the town attorney. Is that how it's specified in the ordinance? Jesse?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, I just wanna, just curious if that conversation's occurred at all. Okay,
He's all on board. But I can get some letter from him or something, and
well, like I said, I think that's something that,
or have him come in
We
and
can-
speak to you first.
down the road, if we talk about approval or whatever, and conditions, obviously, or whatever, but,
We have to do that sometime.
What's that?
I understand the deeds,
Well, we will have a
am I understanding the deeds in this packet?
That's required.
Yes.
So I don't see a copy of the deeds to the property, option to purchase property, or the documentation demonstrating right. I believe we saw it in the last application, but I'm not seeing it here. So, is that?
So my understanding is that village residential area zone,
Yeah.
and that's a permitted use running a.
Yeah, look at table 1, page 17, it's permitted use.
just have one question for our board here. In light of the history of this process over the past several years, do you foresee the possibility of having to put any conditions into the next step?
That's not even
I think that's
up for
pretty,
discussion tonight. We just need to look
I-
at the
I-
application to
premature,
see if
you
it's
know, I mean,
complete.
We don't know.
I'm just
Without
asking,
collecting all
I'm
the
asking the
information.
board's
There's no way to
opinion.
know
Well,
that.
anything
I
beyond,
don't have- I don't have an
History.
opinion until I've got
yeah,
all the
it's all
information.
speculation.
History.
I mean, let's,
There's history here. I mean,
Well-
that's not speculation, the history.
yeah, that's not the discussion for tonight, though. Tonight, we're looking to see if the application is complete, and we have a process to stick with, and we'll follow it through on this. And all those concerns can be
I
addressed.
understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
But, so on that, I mean, there isn't a, we don't have warranty deed
That's the only
in
thing
the
that
application.
I'm
I
guessing
know we had it in the
personally.
last application,
Mm.
unless it just got left out.
And on that, I would say it'd probably be pertinent to also include the updated deed for the front lot that would still include the right-of-way, language.
Yeah.
Letter on both sides to.
A question for the owner, I see it's Roger Merlot, Claire, and is it Joseph? All three are owners?
Yeah.
Okay. And Roger's applying, only Roger's applying for the, okay. No problem with your other owners, I assume? Could be a short marriage, right? Could be a real short marriage, right?
So the deed was just left out this time, because it wasn't?
Yeah, that's why I just looked at mine.
Yeah, so we do need it.
We needed that, and I agree with Nate, I mean, we need,
I mean, we know it exists, but
we
we
need
need
the
it.
language that shows the easement in the
Well,
application.
the easement now is owned completely by me, so it,
Agreed, but even though you own both lots, that is still a rear lot, and per the deed, we'll wanna make sure that's in there, so that if ownership ever does change
right.
hands, it's
Oh,
it's left in, and that's
No,
just.
I know, I just forgot to put it in.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only unfortunate thing.
And accept the application.
And I guess now that, is there anything, is that lot, would that rear lot have been considered non-conforming, Jesse?
Yeah, unless he combines them together.
So that's what I'm saying, but then if it was non-conforming, then isn't he required to combine them together? Under our ordinance? If he owns an abutting lot, and by joining them, it brings them into conformity,
Yeah, there are two separate deeds on it, right, Roger?
Yeah,
yeah.
And they're both in your name, or are there other parties involved?
my name's on both of them.
Cause I mean, I could be wrong, but that's my understanding, I mean, that's, so that's just something that,
I think that applies to shoreland ordinance.
Yeah.
no, if a lot's non-conforming and you purchase a contiguous lot,
Yeah. For even in.
in like, so they're totally contiguous with one another,
I know that's in
then
shoreland,
I believe,
in shoreland for sure.
yeah, but I believe you have to do it in general.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I
unless I'm,
don't think so.
Yeah,
No?
I don't think so either, but I know in shoreland, there's a reference to that.
If it's a non-conforming lot, you own two lots adjacent to each other in shoreland, you can
Yes.
take from one lot to add to the other.
Given the fact there's actually three owners, I would highly recommend that the applicant actually be all three of the owners.
There's only 3 owners on the front house. The application is for the rear lot, as far as I understand, and that's owned by Mr. Moreau.
Yeah, all right.
So there's a house that was purchased
Okay.
recently that has 3 owners that was initially an obstacle to the first application. So he's eliminated that obstacle in essence, and now it's still just him applying for the back lot.
She's one
Okay.
person.
So, okay, so if we don't have the deed, then the application is not complete.
It's, yeah, I just read through it, it doesn't, if they were, if they hadn't been built on, you know, if they were unbuilt lots, that would apply.
That's right.
Or if it was just an accessory structure, but, so no, I think that answers my question there.
Right.
Yeah, I think we need to have that in front of us for the, you know, and especially since the, you know, this is all, any, you know, entertainment, this is predicated on the fact that there is an easement in place, so we, you know, we should have that as part of the application on record, I believe. That's my opinion at least, but, I don't know.
Hmm.
All right, so undeniably, the deed's not there, so we need the deed for a complete application. So.
So I make a
you know, it's
motion.
just a slip up, and again, we saw it last time, but we do need the deed for a complete application. I'm sure you can get that to Lindsay ASAP, right?
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
As far as how to proceed forward, I mean, we can probably schedule, I'm not really sure what to do here. I know the deed exists, I know if we don't do this according to the book, it's gonna make some people mad. So, we're gonna have to have you resubmit the deed, vote on the application is complete, then schedule a public hearing and, a site walk.
Sidewalk.
You have to do it in the right order.
Yeah, site walk first, then public hearing.
Right now, I will get that deed to you and stuff, that's
Mhm.
fine. What else do you need to bring?
As far as I
For
see,
this to be accepted.
As far as I see-
don't wanna have to wait 3 more months to get things taken care of.
You know,
You know what I mean, I know it's gonna take a lot longer.
We
to
can
go through, but I
schedule
mean-
stuff now, I mean, can't
I
we?
mean, the only thing I would say, just to, if we're crossing Ts and dotting the Is, just on your maps, if you can put the bearings, like at least north, so that we can go into, exactly into compliance. As far as like a sketch, you know, like, and we have the distances, I'm okay accepting it not completely to scale as long as we see the actual feet and distances of everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, we do have that authority to waive that, if it becomes a financial burden, but that's the only thing I would be okay with, I guess.
And you want the deed for
Yes,
new
the
property
deed,
as well.
and I think just to make it, you know, hunky-dory, if you will, just again, you know, to see that right away, that easement has changed hands, you know, because the last application you had, it what didn't belong to you. I
Right.
think it would be good, to see all of that so that,
Mhm.
we can accept, you know, assess it properly.
Sounds good.
I don't know if anyone else has anything else.
all right, so I guess we'll have to make a motion to deny the application based on the missing deed for the property.
Second.
All those in favor? All right, so the application is denied till we get the deed, and we'll go over it at the next meeting, and as long as the deed's there, it looks like it'll be approved.
Okay.
You have to vote.
All right, we'll see you at the next meeting, Mr. Morrow.
When will that be, by the way?
The
Third Tuesday of July.
21st?
Yeah, she usually emails me anyway.
I'm not at the clerk's office anymore, so
Okay.
you can drop the deed off there, but you might wanna just let them know if they could email it to planning, or if you're able to email it, you can use that.
Okay.
The third
Good
Tuesday,
enough.
right?
Mhm.
Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, sir. We'll see you at the next meeting.
Yep.
No, July 21st. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the site plan review for Dan Flint. So,
Are we just looking at completeness?
yeah, this one, I don't know, it's, we'll go over it, but I don't know if we're gonna have to schedule a public hearing or anything on this. This is just a non-conforming structure, Jesse, is what it is?
Yeah.
He wants that, I think I highlighted everything, did you have any copies of that?
Yep, we've got, I think everybody got a copy.
You've got it and you can reference it.
So, all right, Right, so if you guys want to, this speaks about the 30% expansion in
Right.
structures. I'm familiar with that. Jesse highlighted what,
Did the math, looks like he's within that,
yeah.
you know. So,
I saw there was a letter from the butter, it was a positive letter.
right.
Anything you wanna add, Jesse?
No, I mean, it meets everything in our guidelines.
Yeah, it doesn't encroach on anything, on any other.
I just got one question regarding the wording. I noticed he says a potential additional bed space, so does that mean a bedroom?
He has an egress window stuck on there, so yeah, I'm not completely concerned about him adding a bedroom.
No septic issues, in fact, it could be.
You know, that's pretty well grandfathered in with a cabin out there.
Okay, so you can poop anywhere you want, okay.
No, I'm sure there's
Great.
an outhouse out there, isn't there, Mr. Flynn?
Sorry?
Is there an outhouse out there still?
Not anymore, no. It's in walking distance of home, so.
Oh, okay.
Nothing wrong with a good outhouse.
No, except that the lot is awfully small, it's gonna be really close to the camp.
Till 20 years ago, I had a 3-holer in our old house. It was fantastic when we had company.
There are people still using outhouses.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Oh,
Privy.
So it's, right, so it's,
If there's
is
grandfathered
the
in, it's
addition
all-
and the landing here?
Where I live, it's just
Main house,
not
yeah.
There's an additional landing as well as the,
Subsidized wastewater
addition, is that correct?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it.
Oh, it's okay, doesn't help with the mask either, right? So you have a planned addition and then there's a planned landing, correct? If I'm reading.
Yeah, on the steps.
Three by three.
The grandchildren
Okay,
can't
I just wanted to make sure.
manage the doorknob without getting up on them.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's no kitchen or anything in the building, right?
There's a sink and a LP gas stove.
You have running water?
No,
No.
there's no electricity, no running water.
wow.
You gotta run for it.
It's a camp.
You gotta run for it?
Yeah,
It's a
that's
camp.
it. Run down the dock. It's really
Pretty
a
basic.
hard cider
I
tent.
guess it's basic.
Basic,
That's beautiful.
basic. That's the way it should be on the way.
Amen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good with completeness.
As am I think at this point, we would approve the application. I mean, it's more than complete. We don't have anything else
We don't need a
beyond this.
sidewalk, we don't need a public hearing, so we can approve it.
We would
deny
just
the
be approving
application.
the application. So.
There's no, and Jesse, you have nothing to add, no objections, no concerns, no, conditions or anything? Okay.
It's an existing building,
It conforms to the 30%, I believe. 30% is what, like 130 something feet?
I think the best thing for us to really do would be to list it as a campsite rather than a dwelling unit. So it would be a seasonal campsite.
Is that how it's being used?
Yep.
As a seasonal camp,
Anybody else have any other concerns or?
no.
Just one more minute, please.
Yep.
Just wanna. I'm sorry, do you have a list of butters, correct? Name and addresses of all property owners,
One who sent the letter, sent the email?
There's one butter.
just one butter.
Yeah, he sent a pretty positive email.
It's all in the family.
So I'm gonna make a two-part motion here. First, make a motion to accept the application as complete.
Second.
All those in favor? Okay, so the application is accepted as complete, and I will make a second motion to approve the application.
Second.
All those in favor? All right, application approved.
So my next step is to get a permit, is that me? Okay, I will see you next time you're available.
I can set something up with you Thursday evening. Thursday evening is when I'm in my office, yeah, we can set something
Okay.
up.
All right, see you then.
All right, so we will move on to the recreational marijuana draft warrant article. Okay, so, I don't know, does anybody have anything to say?
Where are we at with this?
Yeah,
now?
well-
This has been a while.
22 years worth of.
I thought we were like,
I don't know.
I thought we were done.
No.
Harvey, all right, so Harvey can tell us.
Yeah.
Well, I think at this point, I'd like to table that for further discussion.
Okay.
later on, Because we have to make decisions that we haven't made yet on it.
Right, okay. All right,
We
so,
need more
Hold
information.
on a second. I think you're confused a little bit between caregiver and recreational. They're talking about recreational. You guys, a while back ago, asked, the select board, I mean, requested you guys to do a warrant article on whether or not we opt into recreational
Right.
facilities.
right.
You're talking about caregivers.
Okay, and that was, we were gonna address that next,
Yeah.
so we can table that, and as far as the draft warrant article for recreational marijuana, again,
I thought we submitted it and that was it.
No, so the problem is, because we talked about, I know it's a long time ago, but
yeah, lots
we talked
happens.
about doing
We
a
don't do
moratorium,
anything
but you
state.
need an ordinance for that.
Yeah.
A very detailed written ordinance. So the MMA recommended you could do a warrant article with like a, proposed effective date. So so you're kind of killing two birds with one stone, like, do we wanna opt in, yes or no? And if the answer is yes, it would be effective whatever date you decide. Could be a year from the vote or 6 months.
Right.
So then if the answer is yes, you would have time to craft the
construct the
ordinance. and
ordinance.
Alright, so,
Yeah.
I mean, so it's basically what we were,
But I thought we did that. I thought.
but I
we-
guess
No,
it's just
we didn't.
different. We
Yeah.
wanted to
We
do
were
it as
so
a
close.
moratorium.
Right, yeah,
Um,
we were
Resolved
close.
this and then just said, all right.
So it is that simple, it's just,
So, yeah, where we were at last was we had to redraft a warrant article to decide how you wanna word it, and then have another public hearing.
so, I mean, real quick, we can come up with some wording.
Yeah.
You know, do you want, all right, so again, Lindsay, I'm sorry, you've got a good understanding here. We can just say, do you want to opt in? And then we put a date after that, saying on such and such date. Was that what you were saying?
Yeah, it's just determining like what's reasonable, you know, like,
Right.
as far as, if it's a yes vote, what's reasonable for you guys crafting ordinances, as well as.
Because if we don't get ordinances crafted by that date and approved,
then
it just
what's-
reverts to whatever the state
State.
ordinance, state
Yeah.
rules are.
Yeah, until you get ordinances in place.
Okay, so,
Which means,
Or
we can
until- or
still
until.
put our ordinances in, even if we go past that
But
date.
then anybody who
But-
starts up will be
right.
grandfathered,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So I would propose like 6
Yeah.
months.
okay, so would somebody propose some wording here?
An actual ordinance.
Yes, that's
Oh,
right. Just a little bit of wording.
I got the idea.
Well,
Who's the detail person?
Andy's our wordsmith, and he's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dost thou,
well, so shall the town vote to opt into recreational marijuana facilities?
You writing this down, Lindsay?
No.
You don't have to.
She's coming up.
Just write it down
Recording.
and then read it to us. and then we-
Shall the town opt into recreational marijuana? Again, which, I mean, it's broad, right?
It is broad, like facility, it's recreational marijuana facilities, so then the second part is like effective, 6 months in parentheses, like 120 days from the date of the town vote. From the date you
We just
decide
have to have the
vote on it.
language in there that pertains to the actual,
Opt-in?
yeah, exactly, pursuant to whatever the,
Well,
whatever.
shall the town vote to opt into, you know, recreational
Recreational.
marijuana facilities?
Hmm.
Uh,
I'm not opposed to just copying the language from another town.
Nobody's done
Medical
that.
No,
facility.
so we have to figure this out.
The word facility was really broad.
I can ask
Other towns will
MMA,
be copying it from us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, great.
Yeah.
I can ask MMA too, like,
Yeah, just
We're not
whatever.
gonna have a town vote anytime soon, so I mean, it's not like, you can sit on this a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to just get something fleshed out. I think the idea is that we have to just make reference to whatever the state rules. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what
you
we
do.
can vote, that's the only thing we can right now,
Opt in, nobody knows what the words opt in.
without, you know,
You know.
or opt in to
Define opt in in that quick definition,
what are they
couple
opting in, 'cause we
words.
haven't defined what they're gonna opt
So
into
people-
yet.
It's recreational marijuana facilities.
Yeah.
So you can do,
Intel
and then there's a
testing.
state statute,
Right.
I don't remember what it is, like Title 22A 3414 or whatever it is.
Right.
Under that is the definition of recreational marijuana facilities and everything underneath it.
Right.
So you use that state statute.
Okay.
And it could be
Referencing
said in that writing that if we don't act on it in 6 months, then we automatically assume the state regulations.
Yeah.
So people understand that.
Well, that'll be the public
Effective,
hearing.
the opt-in is the state regulations. Now, when you do the ordinance, you'll have to have the town vote on those as well. So if you think you can get the town to vote on it in 6 months, because you're talking, you know, craft the ordinances, do a public hearing, and then have the select board do a special town meeting.
Maybe we should give ourselves a year, huh? Maybe we should give ourselves a year.
I don't wanna like push it too far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, but I agree we need time, but at the same time, I feel like we kinda have a duty to like, just get
Minimum
this
of 8
hammered out,
months.
you know what I
Minimum of 8
mean?
months.
It's been going on,
Yeah.
you know, I just feel like, you know,
But to the point, like, you know, what if, you know, we're unable to have a town meeting, you know, in 6 months?
well,
Then how does that affect that timeline? Because at that point, then it would go 6 months into effect, and then we.
Well, we'd say 6 months from, you know, the date of the.
I mean, if we've had a vote, we've had a town meeting, so, do you know what I mean? Like, this wouldn't even happen unless we had a town vote.
No, I'm saying,
So
like,
if you have a town vote, you have a town meeting.
yeah, can you have a town meeting with, you know, however many people in a closed space right now?
That's more what it would be, and I don't.
Yeah, and that's the other problem.
But we have to have a town meeting to have the vote on this anyways, don't we?
You'd
Yeah.
have to have-
So this is, you know what I'm saying, like, if we get to the point of a vote, it means we're already at the point where we can do
I
this.
gotcha, yeah.
I'm,
No, that makes sense.
right, am I wrong on that?
Nope,
Like,
nope, you're-
this is, we have to have a hearing on this anyways,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this, who knows if this is ever gonna happen at this point, but I mean, it's like,
I know.
if we've gotten to the point where the town has had a vote and a meeting on it, then we obviously can have
It's a way for
public
somebody to
hearings and
break
we can run some workshops and get it done. I know, I would love to have more time, I just feel like we kinda have to set some reasonable, like, goals here that, you know, cause there are people that are
Well, I
you know,
thought-
within the town.
So
who
we got
want
6
to,
months
you
or
know,
a year, do we wanna
8
meet in the
months.
middle?
I mean, whatever, 6 months is fine, but I'm still stuck on just the little bit of language we need to put it out on, you know, I mean, that's.
Well, I think we're settling on 6 months, but let's, you know, that's after we get the language. So,
Right, yeah.
I mean, this has to get approved and drafted, and we should have some input from MMA, I think it's worth.
So I know we've had a bunch of workshops on this, and it seems like a lifetime ago with everything that's happened. I mean, is it worth having another workshop, or is it really just gonna waste our time? Because we've had a dozen workshops on this.
I mean,
I think we've gotten the input we're gonna get.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Well, we'll have to have a public hearing once we draft ordinance.
Yeah,
right?
we would, but do we really need to have more workshops, is my question. You know, we've done it, we've heard
I don't
from
think
probably
we do.
everybody in town,
Yeah,
you know. I mean, we need to just come up with the language.
I know, I feel like, you know, when there was no game plan, no end game for that. I know, I'm not trying to, I just feel like, okay, if we're gonna like load this and have an end game and a strategy here, then like, I just really feel like one workshop should be part of that process, sorry. I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
We're reloading here and it should be just, I think we should just do it, you know.
Same people come out again.
Yeah, but just get it streamlined.
So,
I mean,
so
set
really,
the date,
the
do it. I mean, we're gonna have
workshop
to
would be
have,
more so for us to discuss it.
Yeah.
But, so this is what I was suggesting.
we have to do
We
this
don't need a
anyway.
special day for that. We can
No.
schedule a workshop before our next meeting to discuss this for.
I'm
20
not saying a
minutes
public
before-
hearing, I'm saying a
Yeah, a
workshop, which we
workshop.
do anyway, so
Yeah.
we're gonna need it to hash it out, so we should, you know,
Right.
that can be our opportunity to get some public input, you know?
Right.
Without, at least provide the opportunity.
And then maybe, like I said, I'll have some language that I'll just.
If you want, I'll try to draft some language for you. I mean, I know you got a lot of stuff.
Oh, that would be
going
great,
on.
Tom.
Yeah,
You wanna start volunteering for that stuff? Well, if you're gonna be the
that's why I'm
wordsmith.
here, man.
Right
I'd be
on.
more than happy to help.
All right, so maybe you pull some language together and we'll tweak it as a
Oh, I'm
group.
sure you'll tweak it, yeah. But
Well, we
yeah, no
can
problem.
send it to MMA too.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yep.
I know it has to contain the word like shall and, or shall town.
Yeah, no, anything we do, we
Oh,
gotta make
yeah,
sure that's
yeah.
for them. But yeah, so that's, I guess, as long as we're gonna have to workshop it out and discuss it, and that'll be that time to get more people involved if we need to, but that's all, I just think we gotta make sure that happens.
So would we have something to MMA and potentially back before, like, the first Tuesday of July then?
The first Tuesday being a regular workshop day, yeah, that means we're coming in for this, especially for this, for 20 minutes. I say we just do it at the next meeting,
Okay. Well, so we should aim to then have, like, something ready to go to MMA and hopefully back before our next meeting.
I would think so, yeah, right, that would probably be wise.
Agree with that?
Okay, so, and as far as the fifth thing on the agenda here, the performance standards for medical marijuana caregivers, that's what you were referring to, Harvey, right? You want to kind of table that for now, you've got some decisions to make on the select board, and then maybe that would move forward? Okay,
So the select board hasn't requested you guys to do ordinance on that.
Okay.
So you're clear, like, I don't know what's going on.
well, we'll let the select board work on it, what they have, and then if there's a request in the future, there's a request. So we'll just let the select board kick that around. Great, less on our plate there. Let the guys who make the big bucks do that one.
That's right.
I believe that's it. Other business, is there any other business? I mean, we didn't welcome our newest member, Tom Winter, here,
Hey,
our
Tom.
newest
Well,
associate
Tom.
member.
And again, it's winter, not winters. I know there's a lot of times I call winter, oh, you must be related. No, I know him well, but no, we're not related.
Well, Tom, you were on the comprehensive plan committee just recently, right? So you decided to wade into the trenches here at the planning board.
I see you guys are having much more fun. So
Fun,
I said,
it depends on what you call fun, sir.
Depends on the day, depends on what's on the
You're
agenda.
always for battle here at the
Yeah.
planning board.
You
Yeah.
know, we've been residents for about 40 years, and we live right next door, actually behind you, and so,
I've been
yeah,
on this.
time to pay back the community for this great place to live in.
Okay, so if that's it, I'll make a motion to adjourn. All those in favor? All right, meeting is adjourned at 7:40.